I hope you're having a great day. Well, today I want to talk about something which is a serious problem around our country, and it's not our fault. It's just that we don't have the right knowledge or we haven't been told about these things. You see, when we look at the rising statistics of disease today, I'm talking about cardiovascular and every inflammatory disease. Now, when I say inflammatory disease, it's a disease caused by excessive inflammation that doesn't go down. Some of these diseases most of them include cardiovascular, type 2 diabetes, cancer. A lot of these issues are inflammatory in nature, the root cause being uncontrolled inflammation brought by poor lifestyle, but something else. You see, for the longest time, we've been reheating our oils. And even if we don't reheat our cooking oil, if we have something which is cooked in oil, we put it in the fridge and we reheat it the next day. This is a common practice that we do because, we have excess food or we want to cook for the week and all of these things. I understand it's convenient, it's simple, but when we're trying to get to the root cause of why are we getting sicker, we may save a little bit of money here and there, we may save a little bit of time. But I think if we measure the amount of money that we're paying today on medical bills, hospitalization, suffering, and the loss of loved ones, I think we'll all make that effort to spend a little more money on the right kind of oils and on investing in the right ways of cooking. When you reheat an oil, the first thing that we do is we make it more carcinogenic. Anything that's carcinogenic has the possibility of causing cancer. More and more research is coming out on how aldehydes, which are toxic elements, are produced when you reheat oil. Not only that, free radicals. We all know why does everyone chase antioxidants? Fruits, red vegetables, nutraceuticals, rich in antioxidants. Because the more free radicals that we have in our system, free radicals lead to inflammation, and inflammation leads to all the problems that we just spoke about, including obesity, including the inability to lose weight. So we know people eat well, they work out, but yet they struggle with weight loss, and then they chase more strict diets and more fancy workout plans, never understanding something as simple as inflammation is the obstacle as to why they cannot lose weight. So, number one, free radicals means more inflammation, which means less immunity, which is why it is so important that when someone is sick, we need to make dietary changes. We need to improve the quality of our food, the combinations of our food. So when medical professionals out there tell people, eat what you want, okay, you need to understand that is the worst possible advice, and use a little bit of common sense and understand that even a 4th or 5th standard boy or girl will tell you that when you're sick, you need to eat the right foods. Okay, so what happens is, when you reheat oil, we also change the chemical structure of that oil. We alter the fat molecule, the structure of the fat molecules. We make more trans fats automatically happen in our food, and we constantly do that. Now understand why we literally forbid children or even adults from eating in fast food joints. Like I always say, you want to have French fries, make it at home. Make it in the right quality oil, an oil that has a high smoking point, an oil that you will not reuse, and it will not harm you. But you walk into any fast food joint today that makes burgers or French fries, and you just stand across the counter and look how many times they're reusing the same oil to make your French fries or whatever it is that you're having, which is deep fried. Now, each time you have that, you are putting toxicity in your body. You are starting the process of inflammation. You're not going to die in the 1st month, the 5th month, the 10th month. This is a cumulative process of destruction. From the time we start doing this, you see heart disease, cancers, and diabetes don't happen overnight. You don't go and eat French fries today and get diabetes tomorrow. You don't go and have something deep fried and get cardiovascular tomorrow. It builds up in our body over time, affecting angiogenesis, affecting inflammation, our blood vessel health, and all of a sudden today we get a stroke, someone dies of heart attack, and everyone wonders like, oh, what's going wrong? He was so young and he was so wasted human emotions if we don't do anything about it. We just feel sympathetic and we move on with our lives, not making a change at the root cause level of what is killing us, what is bringing cardiovascular disease in the first place. So every time you eat out in a restaurant and you're ordering something deep fried, you should know that they are reusing the oil. Whether it's a 5-star hotel or any restaurant, and if I'm wrong, I would love that 5-star hotel or restaurant to come and say that, hey Luke, you're wrong. We at this brand do not reuse oil for frying and deep frying. And then I will apologize and say, that's the place I'm going to eat at next. But it doesn't happen. We know that. Look at the amount of disease in our country. People are eating deep fried stuff on the road. They are frying throughout the day in the same amount of oil. The oil is black, the oil has particles, the oil is smoking, and it is slowly killing us. So we buy cheap food thinking we're going to save money, but we will lose that money when we have to start paying our hospital bills. Your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, will shoot up. Your acidity will shoot up. You'll start having throat problems when you have food, or oil, which is basically reheated. So how do we get out of this? At home, number one, as simple as that, okay? I know it's a fad today to eat out, and we have all the possible excuses. We don't have time, lifestyles have changed, and all of that stuff. We need to understand that food which is cooked at home is the freshest possible food that you can have, so long as you are not reusing that oil. Cook small quantities. We need to understand cook small quantities so that you don't have to reheat that food or reheat those oils. Because every time you're doing it, even though it's the most exotic ingredients that you're using or the most exotic oils that you're using. Bring me to oil. Reheating a cold pressed oil is the worst thing that you could ever do, because the cold pressed oil is pure. There is no heat in the first process to even make it. And if you reheat a cold pressed oil, you're going to create more and more free radicals in your system. So the simple lifestyle changes, we may not get at 100% right, because sometimes we have to eat out and we don't have control over that. So if we don't have control over that, what we have control over is reducing the amount of those opportunities to eat out in bad restaurants, to eat out in fast food restaurants. I don't care whether your child feels happy, whether your child feels loved, but if you think you are making your child feel loved by buying him crap that is going to start the downfall of his health, you better question your understanding and definition of the word love. I don't know in any country how a burger or a bag of French fries can add happiness to your child's life or make them feel more loved. That is your insecurity. That is your inability to differentiate what makes a child feel loved and cared for, rather than giving them this food and, clicking pictures with all of them in fast food restaurants. There is no excuse for feeding yourself or your child fast food. There is no excuse, period. There is no excuse. You can't afford food, you want convenience food, you go to an Udupi restaurant, you go get a dosa, you get something else like that, which is far better. But fast food is designed to addict you and your kid and start the ruin of their health the moment you start them on it. So there is zero excuse, period. But today you take a walk down Bandra, Linking Road, and the fancy cities the fancy streets in our cities, you'll see outside KFC, McDonald's, Domino's, Burger King, all of these brands. You'll find BMWs parked outside, Jaguars, Mercs, and all of these things, giving the common man the idea that, hey, wow, if I can afford a burger, you feel like, oh, wow. You feel that your status has gone up just because you just walked into a fast food joint and you started consuming crap that is going to destroy your health. Like I said, don't listen to me. Go to McDonald's this evening, go to any fast food restaurant and stand across the counter and observe how they are deep frying your French fries. And if that can't motivate you to make a change, to bring up your kids, you may not care about yourself, but your kids, we all claim we love our kids, then do the right things that show that you love your kid, which means caring for them, caring for their health, not now, but in the future as well. And make that change. Now, away from fast food restaurants, come back home. If you are reusing your oil, stop doing it right now. You are adding absolutely no health benefits. You are destroying your health. You are starting the process of inflammation and all of these issues. Okay? Now, if there's Alzheimer's in your family, cancer in your family, diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and all of that stuff, all the more reason you do not reuse your oils, because you're going to add more inflammation to already inflammatory conditions that exist in you or your family. Okay, so when we really sit down and we remove all our layers of ego and pride and all these things, I love how people talk about saving money when it comes to food, and you'll find them in bars throwing money at bottles of vodka and whiskey or in clubs and all of that stuff. They complain to pay a few more rupees for good quality oil, good quality food, and that is the hypocrisy of human beings today. I have Meenakshi Singh asking, not even once. Now why don't you decide? Go ahead, use it 10 times if you want. Use it 50 times if you want. These are the consequences. So, you're not going to get reassurance from me. You're going to get the truth from me, and you're going to get it that way. Now, whether you take it and you use it, that is completely up to you. use good quality oils. It plays a huge role in your health now and in the future because it is something that we consume every single day. Do not reuse your oils for frying, for deep frying, or whatever it is. And cook less. Try to have new food every day so that you don't have to store it and reheat oily foods. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I'll take a break. On Monday, we're going to talk about the top 5 or 6 or 7 foods that you should never reheat, because the more you reheat, the more toxic you get. And just to give you a teaser of those, some of them are white rice, high protein foods like chicken, green leafy vegetables like spinach. The more you reheat these foods, the more toxic you're going to get. That's a separate video for Monday. In the meantime, this is your message. Start making a change right now. Stop being fooled by the ads that you see. A happy family eating burgers and a happy meal. A happy family eating French fries and onion rings. That's made to basically change your mindset and perception of what happiness is. Okay, you will go enjoy all of that stuff. It is not going to make you happier for the moment, except for the moment that you're eating all of that crap. Okay, stop destroying your health. Come together as a community and start infusing a culture of health in your families, in your schools, in your colleges, in your workplaces. We are all responsible for this. No one else is. Okay, by cutting this out, we start cutting this out, then they will not have the ability to do more and more of this. Move more to wholesome foods. We have to understand that disease hit India full on only when we opened up our gates to all the Western foods, the Western methods of junk food, sugar, reheating, deep frying, and all of that stuff. You go back way before that time, unheard of. Diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, unheard of. Even 10 to 15 years ago, people didn't know what Alzheimer's was. Cancer was like a very, very, very rare occurrence. And when we changed our lifestyles, we brought in all the lifestyle diseases possible, and we're suffering from it today. So do not reheat your oil and stop eating junk food and processed food, okay? It is not a prize that you give yourself or your kid for something good that they've done. It is pure destruction. So all the little children out there, the next time your parents feed you stuff from a fast food restaurant, please understand it is destroying your health. And you turn around there and ask them, why are you destroying my health? Do you not love me? If you love me, why are you feeding me crap? Why are you feeding me stuff which will destroy my health? It's as simple as that. Don't learn it the wrong way, learn it the right way. Have a great weekend, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.